Ultra Dad here. It's a great day, man. Beautiful weather. Right about noon. Ready for a run over here at Twin Creek. It's been a few weeks, or at least a week. I don't know. It's been a little while. Just real wet, so hopefully it's not too bad today. Gonna go one loop, one orange loop, and I got to keep the training going. So I'm number 21 on the waiting list for Cruel Jewel. So it is going to happen. I'd say almost certainly. All right, let's get to the run. Oh wait, I did also get a pretty cool piece of mail the other day. Got a new watch. Let's take a look at it. We'll talk more about it in a little bit. Right, great run today. Very easy, decent amount of power hiking, but just great to get out here over lunch. Good to be in the great outdoors. So far, I like this Garmin Fenix 5 Plus. It's pretty good. It's got some features I need to learn how to use, but so far so good. I should mention the reason I bought it was because for the maps. It has full topographical color maps, so when I go down to Cruel Jewel, that could be very useful so I don't get lost. Don't want to do that. All right, we'll catch up with you later. What's going on, everybody? Oh, hello. What's going on, everybody? Dan the Ultra Dad here. I got to get my autofocus in place here. How are we doing? Doing pretty well over here in Ohio. Weather's been nice. Just looking forward to some pretty cool things coming up. I am almost certain I'm going to get into the Cruel Jewel 100. I'm sure you're sick of hearing it, but you're going to hear a lot more about that race because as it becomes more of a reality, planning for it is going to take a very high priority for me. So it's a very, very, very difficult race. Can we see that one more time? Very. It's just an extremely gnarly race down in the Chattahoochee National Forest down in Georgia, just north of Atlanta, basically in the Appalachian Mountains. So definitely different than what I'm used to here in Ohio. So I need to basically turn it up in a major way. One of the things I think I need to do is to continue to increase my vertical gain as best I can here in flat Ohio. Thankfully, we do have some parks nearby, as you know, Germantown, Twin Creek, that have some pretty good hills, not mountains, but hills. So if I can repeat those hills, maybe that'll be the same as a mountain. Probably not, but at least I'll try. So another thing that I'm doing is I went ahead and bought the Garmin Fenix 5 Plus GPS watch. And the reason I did that was because it comes with full topographical color maps built into the watch. So I really felt like I needed to do that, make that move. My Coros Apex is amazing. I love the Coros Apex for its battery life, which is probably better, and I'm going to test it, but it's probably better than the Fenix 5 Plus, but it doesn't have maps. It has breadcrumb mapping, so just a note to you if you are looking to buy a watch, if you need actual maps on the watch, Garmin has probably some of the best products for that. So full topographical color maps with navigation, so that I can plug in the race into the watch and I won't get lost. And if I do get lost, I think it notifies me of that, and I'll be able to very quickly see exactly where in the map I detoured or I went the wrong way. So with Coros, it's just breadcrumb mapping, which is just following a line. And so if you go off course, you may not know where you are exactly. There may be a cliff between you and where you should be. There may be a river or something like that. You wouldn't know that unless you have the actual map to see. And so also, if there are multiple trails coming into the same place, you wouldn't see those other trails. With the Garmin Fenix 5 Plus, you'll actually see that. So that's the reason that I went ahead and purchased this. What's interesting is, Garmin has already come out with the Fenix 6. Has come out with the Enduro, a couple other watches as well, the 945. I could have gone with a more expensive watch. I thought it might be kind of fun to not only save money, of course, but it might be kind of fun to compare what a watch from Garmin at the $350 price limit, how it compares to a watch from Coros, because right now that's what I got this watch for, brand new. Most of Garmin's Fenix series goes for $600, $700, $800, even all the way up to I think $1,100. So it's a really nice price point. And when you compare it to the Coros Apex, I'm just curious to see what some of the benefits and drawbacks there are. So I'm definitely going to do a review on those and a comparison. I have owned a Garmin watch before in the past. I owned the Garmin Fenix 3, and I just remember it was really hard to get over the size of that watch. And so the idea to go even bigger to the Fenix 5X, I just decided I knew it wouldn't work for me. So I went with the standard run-of-the-mill, down-the-middle size, and so far I really have some good thoughts. So let's talk about that. I went out for the run yesterday over at Twin Creek, went about 5.5 miles, and I wore the Garmin Fenix 5 Plus. So here are my thoughts. First impression-wise, the size didn't bother me nearly as much as it did with the Garmin Fenix 3, but I do think that it must be lighter. I'll have to go look, but my first impression is that it felt a little bit lighter than my old Fenix 3. It is pretty thick. It's, if you see right there, I'll bring the camera up here. I'll show you a clip, but it's a little bit thicker than my Coros for sure. I'd say it's about 30% thicker, and I think there's a number of reasons for that. Obviously, if you're going to have full topographical maps, that's going to play into probably how much battery life you use, and also more memory that you need in the watch. So far, I haven't really noticed any major problems. I did, with my old Fenix 3, I constantly noticed it glancing off of furniture and even like door frames and pieces of metal, and it drove me nuts because I thought, I just spent all this money on a watch and I'm going to destroy it just wearing it around because it's so darn big. But this one, not so bad. I mean, I did notice today when I put on my hoodie that it was kind of hard to fit the cuff around the wrist. So it's that big. But really, it not too bad. Not as bad as I remember the Fenix 3 being. So a press button configuration. Each of these buttons can be pressed, but you don't twist them or turn them. Of course, the Apex has a knob, kind of like the Apple Watch, that you turn. And I didn't mind the knob, so it's just a little bit different. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. Overall, I would definitely say so far, it is a much more durable watch. This has sapphire glass. I don't know about the Apex. It could also be sapphire. I'll have to double check. But this glass is supposed to basically withstand just about anything and not scratch. And so far, it's only been a few days, but I've noticed that it's really nice. It definitely is a very sturdy watch. Anything else? GPS was fine, and it actually connected very quickly compared to what I remember with the Fenix 3, which is great because that's one of the big benefits to me of the Apex, the Coros Apex. I will say this, that I'm lost right now in all the features on this watch. There's a lot of things you can program. It's basically completely programmable to your, to whatever you want it to be. So I definitely would say, if that's what you're into, then the Garmin Fenix line is what you want. And right now, it's kind of fun. It's new. I'm learning, but there's a lot of things that I'm trying to I have to learn because the Coros Apex is very streamlined. It is what it is. You get what you see. You see what you get. You get what you see, and this is not like that at all. You really have to dig into this watch to get to all the features. Now, some of the features are really cool. So I'm very excited about Climb Pro, which is a feature that allows you, when you're going up a mountain, I think it would be very helpful at Cruel Jewel. When you're going up a mountain, it'll actually tell you that you're going up a hill or a mountain. It'll tell you how long that hill is. It'll tell you how far along you are on the hill. And so I'm really looking forward to using that feature. Excuse me. Wash that down with a little bit of wine, if I might. Oh, I do like a good wine sometimes. I like beer too, but anyway. That's neither here nor there. The navigation features, I think, are going to just be amazing. Having the full color topographical maps, I think, will be very helpful. Definitely gives me a little bit more of a sense of security when I'm out there in the middle of the Chattahoochee National Forest in Georgia, in the Appalachian Mountains. I'm going to be out there, and so it'll be nice to have something that I can rely on to get me from point A to point B, from aid station to aid station. And one other cool feature, I'll be able to program in each aid station, so I'll be able to know how far away it is without guessing or having to pull my phone out. I think that would be much more beneficial. Oh, one more thing, music, I forgot to mention. So, other than, the Apple Watch is probably the best, is the best watch for listening to music on the go. But the Fenix line now allows you to do that, which, of course, with the Fenix 3, it did not. So the Fenix line, the Fenix 5, it allows you to do that. And so I have Amazon Music on there right now, and it was really nice yesterday during my run not to have my phone, just to be able to, just to be able to take my AirPods out and listen to it on the watch, and not really carry anything with me. That was really nice. Now that's a feature I won't use at Cruel Jewel because it sucks battery life like nothing else. So you really can't do that. And that brings me to my final point, battery life. It's going to be something I have a feeling I'm going to miss from the Coros line, from the Apex. Unfortunately, the Fenix 5 Plus has decent battery life, but I don't think it's as good as the Apex. And so I think I will have to charge it at some point during the Cruel Jewel. Anyway, those are my thoughts tonight. I'm pretty excited about this new watch. I'm going to keep the Apex for a little while, test it out, and do some comparisons, and then I'll probably sell it and get rid of it if I like this, or maybe I'll sell this one. But I definitely wanted to compare the two because I think at that price point, it's a very interesting comparison looking at those two watches. So, all right, I've got some other stuff that I've been doing, but this video is way too long already. If you like my channel, definitely hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up for this video in particular. It helps my channel a lot. Also hit the bell notification if you'd like to be notified of future videos. All that helps me a lot. I really appreciate it, and hope you have a good evening. We'll see you in the next one.